tournament wraps up from Atlanta, Georgia. Coming up next, Alcorn State takes on Southern with the winner headed to the NCAA. So 2 early buckets as we get a look at the Braves starting 5. White, Backus, Cheatman, Finley, and Brown. White. Now the top of the arc 3 hits off the rim from Finley, and the rebound controlled by the Jaguars.
But that's something Southern does. They want to hold their opponents just to 1 shot. Their defense is so stout, they're able to do that.
The 3 rimming out from DeShante Edwards, and the rebound corralled by the Braves. 2.
As Sanders is getting it going, you know, yesterday she had a solid game in the semis, but she understands the ramification, even in the press conference, talking about how important this win would be to Southern, to the seniors on this squad, and to the city of Baton Rouge.
The transfer from Alabama State with 5 already as the 3 rattles out from Zaniah White. Floater up. That's no good. The rebound. The men's team as Finley drops in the 3. Southern's men's basketball team, the top seed in the men's tournament of the SWAC. They lost. They will not be in championship round action here later tonight. Seven seconds to shoot. Pull up. Off the back of the rim, and the rebound off the Gourdine miss, taken by the Braves. Backus looking for a screen.
You see Southern playing this man-to-man defense. They're staying close to their players, especially staying close to Brown, keeping her out the paint.
Finley pops but misses. But a turnover and back over to Alcorn State.
You see this double team right here. They were all over Finley. They didn't want her to shoot that ball. We've seen her hit a 3 early, but that's the type of defense Southern brings. They're going to come swarming. They want to get the double teams at the top of the key and get the ball out of shooters' hands.
But she was fouled. She'll head to the line.
And you see that Southern defense, as soon as Brown touches it, they are all over her. 3, 4 defenders cluttering her, trying to make it difficult so she can't get an easy layup. But fortunately for Brown, she's able to draw the foul.
So Brown will head to the stripe. And
how do you tournament? Forget, you can throw out everything out the window that happened early in the season when they started 2-10, and even, you know, what their record was in conference play. It's a new season, and they have been producing at the right time. And this is what Coach Kilbert wants. He wants his team to be playing well in the championship game.
Jocelyn Tate, the drive, the delivery too high off the glass, battling for the loose ball. And a jump ball is called. The possession arrow points in favor of Southern.
But even though Alcorn State...
Jumper attempt by Sanaya Reed. Zaniah White picking up the whistle. That'll be her first. And that'll send Reed to the free throw line.
And you see this play, Reed was ready for it, but you cannot foul a jump shooter. You're gonna get called on that every time.
The first is in for Reed. 50 years. It was a roller coaster ride of a game that ended up with Southern making a late defensive stop to get the win.
Yeah, Jackson State, they fought back. And when you look at how well the defense was for Southern yesterday, they held Jackson State to 2 single-digit quarters, but in the 4th, Jackson State competed, tried to get that win.
Destiny Brown tumbling into the lane, and it will lead to a foul. It'll be picked up by Sky Castro. For Anaya Gourdine.
And you see Finley right here working on Reed and takes her time, knocks down a big-time baseline jumper, and then Gourdine comes right back and attacks and gets the nasty and one off the glass. She said, count it.
So White will pick up the foul. As Gordine heads.
Shot. I mean, at her height, able to penetrate and drive and knock down the nice finger roll. That's something you don't see too many post players doing.
Tate cut off. High arcing three, rattles out from Gordine, loose, controlled by Cheatman. This is a Braves team that has confidence that they can beat this this Jaguars squad. As the shot missed, loose ball out of bounds, back over to Southern.
And this nice penetration by Brown, she just takes it and is able to get that ball to drop, and a little running leaner. I mean, that's something very impressive. You don't see post players with that capability, and it just makes the play on the opposite end, gets a big-time block, runs the floor in transition, and gets rewarded. And when you see this, she is so great defensively, able to recover and get that block shot, and she runs down the court, beats her opponent, and gets the lay-in with the and one.
Jaguars and Tiana Lidge.
And that was a good job by Lidge. She was staying with the play, was able to follow that shot, and was able to get the rebound and the putback. That's what you have to do sometimes as a post player, making sure you're watching the play. And Gordine takes this awkward shot off the glass, but you got Lidge right there ready to clean it up. Big time offensive.
Up the foul. The three-point play completed. And a three-point lead for the Braves. Good start to this contest. In the first quarter, SWAC Championship game. Winner goes to the NCAA tournament. And does so.
Yeah, that is a tough assignment for Lidge because Brown knows she has the advantage. Her first step is quick, and she was able to get to the basket once again. And that was a hard foul right there. But Tate did a great job staying with it even after she missed that shot. And she gets rewarded with the foul, going to the free throw line for 2 shots. But the intensity in this game, I mean, it is on 100 right now. Both of these teams really getting after it. And you can see how hungry each team is.
Has been there from the start. These teams know the stakes.
It's a trip to the NCAA tournament.
2 from Tate. Closing in on the end of the first quarter. Called against Delasia Hurt-Floyd.
But that was a set defensive play by Southern. As soon as the ball was dribbled up high, it was to stop Destiny Brown. She's still able to hit the bank shot at the free throw line.
An offensive foul against Sanders. That's Sanders' first.
And Sanders is a player that has to be in this game for Southern. She brings so much to the table. Fortunately, that's just her first, but that's something we probably have to monitor. But Southern staying with this 2-3 zone, trying to slow Alcorn State down a little bit, probably stopping that penetration. But for Alcorn State, they definitely have to have more movement. They cannot just try and dribble Southern out of this zone.
And there is another turnover, a walk. That's the 6th turnover committed.
And you see this errant pass, and Tate reads it all day and is able to get that steal. She puts the Jets on and gets the...
Tate to Lidge, an easy layup.
And we see Tate brings a lot to the table, her passing capabilities, but her defense, more importantly, which creates offense for Southern.
Good spark plug off the bench for this Southern team. A lead for the Jaguars. 3 straight turnovers for the Lady Braves. The 3 missed by Cheatman. The rebound taken by the Jaguars. Reed. Now Tate had some room at the top to operate, passed it up. Sanders with 7. Outside, the 3 short from Tate. And the rebound corralled. Good.
You have to get out on the three-point shooters. You know that's on the scouting report, and Reed can definitely shoot it. And she shoots it at a high clip at around 38%. So you got to get a hand up when she's shooting threes.
To a foul as Castro got some contact there.
And Cheatman was just a little bit late on that rotation and committed the foul from behind.
Adds 2. It's a 31-22 ball game. Brown lost the ball, but possession maintained by the Braves. Finley lines it up, can't knock it down, loose, and it will head out of bounds, and it will stay with the Braves.
But that was great hustle by Hunkin Clater. She was hustling for that ball and that rebound and was able to cause that ball to at least go out of bounds on the side.
Taking over.
She is. She didn't shoot the basketball particularly well yesterday, but Coach Funches and his staff knew she's capable of scoring the basketball and hopefully have a better outing this afternoon, and she is.
Just over 4 minutes left to go, and it looks like...
Did they count it?
There's no way.
They think it's still, because it's still showing she has 7 in the box score, and the score has not changed.
This time the possession favors Southern. One of the big differences in this game thus far, the defense of Southern, just in this quarter alone, the Braves have missed on 6 of 7 shots from the field.
Yeah, and that's not going to get it done if you're Alcorn State. I mean, you have to hit shots, especially in the championship game. And, you know, that's what Southern wants to do defensively. They want to make it difficult for their opponents. That's why they're holding their opponents to around 57 points per game. So you have to find ways to attack and get creative. They were doing it well in the first quarter by getting the ball to Destiny Brown. But since she's been back in, it's still been a struggle.
Reed misses the 3. High in the air for the basketball was White. Down the floor, Henderson, and that is going to be an offensive foul against the Braves.
And they are fired up, Southern is right now. That was another big-time play. We saw Lidge take a charge earlier in the game, and here comes Castro. Yeah, that's a clean push-off right there, and then she continues to attack. But unfortunately for her, Castro was right there waiting for it and gets the charge. And that's what you just see, the energy and intensity for Southern. They're hungry to win a championship, picking up full court defensively. You just see they're getting after it, and the ball is going and falling their way in the second quarter.
Brown, long jumper, lips off the rim, and taken by Reed. Gordine, floater, no good. And then Gordine, maybe a frustration foul there, fouls Destiny Brown.
Yeah, Gordine, that was a bad foul on her part, and she's saying her bad, but you see the statistics right here with Destiny Brown. She's 4 or 5 from the field for Alcorn State, and then you see Saunders with 8 points and 2 of 3 from behind the arc. So it's been good shooting, but the Jaguars' defense, I mean, that has been tremendous. The 15 points off 11 forced turnovers, I think that's the storyline of this game and why they have this lead right now.
Under a minute left to go. The close of the second quarter approaching halftime. Henderson drops it off for White. Brown's pass fired hard, but deflected. And it'll stay with the Braves. 7 seconds to shoot. Finley looking for help. Backus with 5. Backus with 2 to shoot. Backus fires, no good.
Backus was dancing with it. She wanted to make something happen, but the outside shots have not been falling for Alcorn State. They have to get that ball and pound it inside to Destiny Brown or somehow get some penetration drives to the bucket.
8 seconds to shoot. Sanders cut off. Outside to Reed. Reed with 2 to shoot. Lawson off the window, and that's a shot clock violation against Southern.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier when we thought he's a capable scorer for this Alcorn State team. I mean, she had a tremendous game in the semifinals. They need some point production from her this afternoon.
And a travel. So the pressure creating a turnover and an opportunity for the Braves.
Right, and the Braves, they're giving Southern a taste of their own medicine with the full court pressure that caused the turnover.
5th turnover of the game committed by Southern. 9-point lead. Inside, and that goes off of Finley's hands, out of bounds, back to Southern.
Yeah, that would have been different.
Finley's been a big factor, and for a time, that was why the game was a little bit tilted in the favor of Alcorn State.
It was, especially in that first quarter, because it was Finley and Brown who were scoring the baskets. Nobody else has really scored for Alcorn State, so they have to pick it up and find somebody else to contribute. And that was a good drive by Cheatman. She's trying to get it going in the second half. We saw her hit a big 3 earlier. Oh, they called it an offensive foul. Oh, wow, I thought it was defensive.
Well, based off of the reactions, yeah, you're exactly right. It'll be Southern basketball. Leading by 11, the SWAC Championship game. Gordine, and that's going to be an offensive foul. It'll be charged to Sanders.
Well, maybe that was the return payback for the Cheatman drive, and Alcorn State gets another opportunity to see if they can score something in their offensive sets. Trying to cut into this Southern lead, down 11.
Sanders, such a speedy guard. And that is going to be a foul picked up by Hurt Floyd.
And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to pick up any type of chippy fouls that far away from the basket. We know that Sanders can handle the ball extremely well, and she's the point guard for this squad for a reason.
Sanders sets up shop with their team up by 9. Tate stops, pops, and can't get the roll. And the defensive board snatched away by Cheatman.
But you see how much of an effect Brown has when she's in the paint. Tate had to stop and think about it. She had a wide open lane and decided to shoot that jump shot.
Cheatman pops, can't hit. Brown had 2 hands on it.
So athletic. Once she sees an opening, she can just get to the basket. It looked a little awkward as if she tripped going up for the layup, but she was able to recover and finish.
The lead back to double figures. Cheatman inside, off the back of the rim, gets it back. Brown, pull up. Can't get the drop, tipped around and taken by Lidge.
And it's a lid on that basket for the Braves right now.
And that ball sails near.
This is an opportunity that Coach Kilbert and his squad, they see it, and they don't want to let this slip away. And when we see the second quarter that they had, Southern did it again, holding them to single digits in that second quarter. This is a big quarter for them, and right now they have the lead 9-8, clicking on all cylinders. They see, or they are eyeing this championship. This third quarter, they are closing it out strong.
Sanaya Reed's layup gives Southern a 16-point lead, and the Braves won.
Second half, I mean, it started in the second quarter, but they have to find ways to score against this zone and force Southern to get out of it. And if that's going to be shooting and knocking down some three-point shots or really trying to pass through some cutting or through cutting players and getting them opportunities in the paint. That's what it needs to be.
Brown and a foul.
And you see Brown, as soon as she caught it, she went back to attacking, and that has worked for her this
team up. Fourth quarter action as the foul will be picked up here off the drive by White.
And you see White just a little frustrated, but let's take another look at this dime thrown by Gordine and a nice finish at the rim by Lidge. And I mean, that's what it's all about during championship week. Those type of plays that are going to close out a game or be a finisher to help you compete to get to the next round or to get to the NCAA championship.
One of the things that's really impressive about Southern is the guard play. And this time of year, if you're going anywhere, you've got to have good guard play.
You do, because they control the offense. They control the game when you think about it. I mean, as a post player, you're not going to get any touches if you don't have good guards.
The block by Gordine, the save, and Gordine, and the Jaguars will move it down the floor.
Yeah, that was a big-time save by Fortuno. She was right there, saw Gordine get that nasty block from behind, and she cleaned it up to save that possession for her team.
Gordine. Now Gordine lines it up, can't knock down the jumper. Nice ball movement from Edwards, but Gordine can't finish it off. Anderson taking it all the way. So put it in off the glass. Sanders and a timeout called by Southern. So Carlos Funches does not want this momentum to build for Alcorn State, as his team leads it by Stokes with you from Atlanta. It is a 15-point lead for Southern as they try to hold off Alcorn State. Fontenot.
Driving and attacking against Texas Southern. She's been quiet this afternoon, but that was a big-time play.
All 6 of Henderson's points coming here in the fourth quarter. Gordine can't bank it in. Sheepman rebound. Henderson. 3, no good from White. The tie up down low, and the possession arrow stays with Alcorn State.
And that was good hustle by the Braves in order to keep that possession, get the tie up, because every possession is going to count. If they can find ways to score the basketball and stopping the clock, getting to the free throw line or penetrating and getting good looks, that's going to be a good recipe down the stretch.
Into Brown. Sheepman floater, no good. Lidge has a double-double.
Those are those chippy shots you need if you're Sheepman. She had a good look. That was a nice pass and recovery by Brown, and she just could not finish.
Approaching 4 minutes left to go. Tate tried to get that pass inside the Lidge instead of turnover. White down the floor, too strong, kept alive by Brown, but thrown right to Gordine.
If you're gonna play that fast, you gotta play under the control if you're White. It was a good push, just couldn't finish at the rim.
.12-point lead is Gordine. Walks. And you may have to give an assist there to Destiny Brown. She'll cause a few people to walk.
Right, and I'm telling you, anytime the Southern guards have gone in the paint, you know, we've seen Tate do it a few times, but they take a moment to think about it when they see Brown in the paint and readjust with the pass. But that time, Gordine gets called for the travel.
When Southern lost to Alcorn State earlier this year, they fell 59-55 in overtime. They're at 55 points right now with 3:11 left to go. Ball deflected, Brown catches. Brown got some contact, no call.
And it was right in front of the referee, but they weren't going to make that call because it definitely looked like Destiny Brown was forcing the issue to get the foul call.
Gordine guarded by Henderson, trying to find some room. Gets a screen from Castro. Gordine knocked to the floor. That'll be a foul on Henderson and the Braves.
But I like what Gordine did that possession. She kept her dribble. She didn't pick the ball up and kept attacking until she was able to draw that foul. And it's one that's on the floor, so she won't get 2 shots. But it was a good decision.
Watkins into the rim. And that will send Watkins to the free throw line with 2:15 left to go.
And you see Fontenot just waiting for Brown to step up. Brown gives her a lot of space. She just knocks down an open 3-point shot.
And to your point about that maybe ending up being a dagger, one of the problems for this Braves team, they don't shoot the 3.
Oh my goodness, Tate has been tremendous for this Southern team. In the most sparing moments, she's able to knock down a bucket.
The rebound taken by Castro. Ahead to Lawson, and the Southern fans sensing victory.
Yeah, this crowd is amped up. Like we like to say in the South, they are crunk right now, trying to cheer their team on to the NCAA. We talk about Southern holding their opponents this season to around 57 points per game. In this championship game, they have held Alcorn State to 44 points thus far. And, you know, we have under a minute, but this is looking like we're going to have Southern as another
tournament.